So I will try to finish all the contents by today. You already know what is the result if we have the negative index. In the case of negative index, then okay, if it is negative, then this is the last index. The last index from this S1 is the string of welcome. Then the last index is E. Then we will print E. Okay. If I want to check the last 3 index, so this is -3 until -1. It means the last 3 characters. This is -3, -2, and -1. The last one is -1. Then what we can check here is -3 until -2. Why -2? It is -3, and then we go to -2 because the final or the ending index is -1. It should be -1. So same like what we already did here. So if we have 3 until 7, it means it will be from 3, index 4, index 5, and index 6. Index 7 will not be included. Okay. Now I want to check with if I have the word welcome. Now I want to know whether come is in the S1 or not. So let me make a new Python code. So I have S1 equals to welcome. Now I want to know if come is in S1 or not. The result is true because there are some string which is come that exists in the S1. But if I change to print home in S1, what is the result? Can I find any home in this welcome? There is no home. Then the result is false. If I want to say home is not in S1, okay, we have in and we have not in. The result will be true because home is not available in S1. That's why the result is true. What about if I change to print come not in S1? So this is false because I can find come in welcome. Okay. We can also use loop for string. So if I have string programming, okay, so I can just make it short like this one. S is programming. So I can do the for loop. Okay, let me just remove this one. Let's see, I use welcome. Okay. So for every character in S1, let me print CS. So I want to get for every character from this string. Then I can print WELCOME. If I want to check for every two letters, so if I use this one, so I want to look from 0 until the length of S1. What is the length of S1? In this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 characters. Then it will be from 0 until 7. Okay. So last time I already mentioned, print the length. So if it is the length, so the length of S1. We will see the length, and then here I will do the loop from 0 until the length of S1, and then let's do every 2 characters. Okay. So the length is 7, and then I will do for every 2 letters. So it means W, and then I skip E, and then I go to L, and then I skip C, and then I go to O, and then I skip the E, and then I go to E. Okay, so if I put nothing here, then it is the same with the original letter. But if I put comma 2, then it is every 2 characters. Then the result will be only W, L, O, and E. So in the string, we can do the comparison. So the comparison means I want to know whether the word or the string is the same, or some of the string is higher, or some of the string is lower. So let's see. Let me make another file. Now I have S1 equals to green, for example. And then I have S2 equals to glow. Then I want to check S1 equal to S2. The result will be false, because green is not equal to blue. And then I want to check S1 not equal to S2. The result is true. Okay. Because, yeah, I know green is not equal to blue. I want to check print S1 is higher than S2. True. Why? Why it is true? It is based on the ASCII table. So they will check based on the word. The first letter is G. G and then G. So they are the same. The second letter, they will check. This is R and this is L. So which one is higher? Based on the ASCII table, if you can see, okay. Based on this one, R, what's R? This is R. And then the value in ASCII is 140. What is L? L, the value is 108. Then R is higher than L. In that case, if you look at the code again, S1 is using R. So R is higher than L. That's why it is 2. Okay. So it follows the alphabet. So in ASCII table, Demuncha or the uppercase will be the first, and it has smaller value than the Sumunja or the lowercase. Okay. So the uppercase start from 65. The lowercase start from 97. So let's say if I want to compare A and A, what is the result from the first? False. Okay, good. And then this is true. What about this? False? True? The result is false, because I know that S1 is 61 and the small a is 97. Okay. So you can do with the remaining one. So let's say if I do the same, A and A, then the result will be true for the first, and then false and false. Okay. If I have A, B, and then A, C, then the result will be false, true, and false, because B is higher than 90. Why? Yeah, B is 98. Oh, sorry. Yes. C is 99 and B is 98. So this one is false. Okay. If you check the print S1 less than S2, then this is true. And then you can have another kind of condition. If I want to check the equal sign, if it is higher or equal to S2, the result will be the same with this one. If I have another equal, less than or equal to S2, so this one and this one will be the same. Okay. Now we can have another kind of functions. We have the is alphanumeric. We call it alnum. It is alphanumeric. We want to check whether it is alpha or not. We call this is alphabetic. We want to check whether it is digit or not. So digit means number. Is identifier. Identifier means you can use any name as long as it is not the Python name. Is lower, whether the strings are lowercase letters. Lowercase means semunca. Is upper. I want to check whether it is uppercase or not. Is space, whether the string contains white space or not. Okay, let's see. I just copy this one. String example 06. So I have the word Python 01, and then I have the word Python, and I can also use the digit. Okay, we call this is digit. So we call this is alphabetic, and we call this is alphanumeric. We call alphanumeric because the word contains alphabet and number. This one is alphabetic because it is only the alphabet A, B, C, D, and we call this is digit because it is only numbers. So let's check. I want to know if S1 is alphanumeric or not. I want to check S2 is alphanumeric or not. I want to check S3 is alphanumeric or not. This is alpha. Is it alphabet or no? And this one is to check whether it is digit or not. And you can see this is alphanumeric because it is alphabetic and number. This one alphanumeric because it is alphabetic, even though there is no number, but we can say this is still alphanumeric. And this one is also alphanumeric because it contains numbers. But what about this? Python 01, it is not alphabetic because it contains numbers. So here Python is alphabetic. Yes, this is not alphabet. Python 01 is not digit. Python is not digit, but this one is digit. Okay. Now let me check with this one. Let me just copy and paste. So I have the S04 is Python with small p, and then I have S05 as Python with big P, and then I have 06 is Python code like this. So I want to check whether it is identifier. I want to check whether it is in the lowercase or not, and I want to check whether it is in the uppercase or not. So Python, it is identifier. Yes, you can use it for variable name. Python with this uppercase, can I use as identifiers? Yes, it is possible. Python code with space, is it identifier? False. Why? Because if you want to make a variable, you cannot have space. Okay, so that's why it is false. Python is lower, it is true. This one is uppercase, that's why it is false. Python code is lower, false. And then the Python is upper, false. Python with all the muncha, it is true. And then Python code is upper, it is false. Okay. we can search for a substring. What is substring? So the substring means if I have welcome, so this is a string, come is the substring. OME, it is the substring. Okay. So we can check what is the substring. So I will just let you know some of the function like end with. So I want to know if the string is end with a kind of string or it is start with a kind of string. So I want to find what is the index of a particular string, or I want to find the highest index and I want to calculate the substring. Let's see this one. I will use this example. So the S04 is Python, and then S05 is Python with uppercase, and then S06 is Python code. Now I have character C01, C02, C03, and C04. Now I would like to check. S04 ends with N. S04, it is Python. Is it ending with N? Yes, it is true. So I want to check S04, it is ended with C01. C01 is N. Yes, it is true. S04, it is ended with 302 with ON. So it is true. What about S05? It is end with C02. It is false because the ON here is capital or uppercase, but this one is lowercase. Okay. So you can check this one. So the Python big letter, it is false, and then Python code ended with the C02, it is also false. So you can also check with the start with. When you have the start with, it means I want to know what is the first letter. S04, the first letter is P. Okay, that is true. The S04, the first letter is C03. Let me just delete this one. C03 is big P. It is false because S04 start with small p. Okay. So the uppercase and lowercase is sensitive. Demunca, somunca is also important. Okay. So if it is not the same, then it will be false. So Python starts with P. Okay, it is true. Python start with C03 with big P. It is false. Python start with PY. P is Demunca, Y is Sumunca. Then it is also false. Python for all big letters, it starts with C03, big P. Yes, it is true. Okay, and so on. Now I want to find the substring. Okay, let me copy this one. Okay, now I have the word like this. South Korea is not the same as North Korea. Okay. So I want to know Where is the index of Asia? Is there any Asia here? No. Then the result will be -1. So if you cannot find any word related to this keyword or the substring, then the result will be -1. So I want to find Korea with small letter. What is the index? String 01 dot find Korea. The result is -1 because it is not filled. Here is using big or uppercase. Korea with big letter is located at index 6. Is it true? We have the first, this is the Korea, and then we have another Korea. But it returns 6. So in this case, we want to find only the first. If I find the first Korea, then it will say the first time, the index of the first word that I find. What is R find? R find is the highest index. So if you look at this one, R find, it returns the highest index. So because I know that there are two of Korea, the first Korea is in the index 6 and the other Korea is in index 37. So with the R find, we want to get the highest index. So the highest index is 37. So I want to know how many times the word Korea occurs. So the occurrence is 2. This is the first and this is the second. Okay. Now we can change some kind of the string into capital, lower, upper, or you want to make it title, or you want to swap, or you want to replace. So let's see. Let me change this one. I have the sentence. South Korea is a prominent country in technology. And then this is the second sentence. Many foreign companies want to invest in Korea. And then S3 is learn Python. If I do the capitalize, it means okay, capitalize. What is capitalize? So the word that is capital is only the first letter. And the remaining will not be capitalized. So like this one, Korea, now it becomes small. This one, learn Python, everything is big, but here only L is big. What does it mean by lower? If you do it lower, so everything will be in the lowercase. So if I change this one, so all the alphabet will be in the lowercase. What about upper? Upper means every of the alphabet will be in the uppercase. What about title? If you do with the title, so every letter in the first word, it will be uppercase. So this is title. What is swap case? The swap case, we will change. So if the original word is using capital, then it will be swap. Now it becomes small. This one is lowercase, and this one becomes uppercase. Okay, so swap case. We can also replace. I want to replace in the S01 the word technology, and I want to replace it with semiconductor. I want to replace in the S03 from Python to Java. Then I can get this one. So the word technology has been replaced with semiconductor, and the word Python has been replaced with Java. So, can you make this solution? Find palindrome. I think, yeah, in Korea we can have the palindrome like this one, tomato, right? Yok sam yok, uyong. So this is palindrome. The first word and the last word is the same. In English, you can also have this one, level. L, the first and the last L is the same. And then E and E is the same. So character, it is not palindrome because it is not the same. Okay, so can you make it in Python? I will leave it for you to do this one. So the last part that I want to explain to you is this one. We can make the list comparison, join, split, and lambda. So these remaining three things will be in the bonus question. Okay. List comprehension. I think I already teach you this one before. So the meaning by list comprehension is it offers a shorter syntax when you want to create a new list based on the values of an existing list. So for example, I use this result. So I put it into a list, and then for I in range of 10. If I print the result, it will be a number from 0 until 9. Okay. So this is the same if you want to put into a result with an empty list, and then you can have for j in range 10, and then you want to append j into the rest, and then finally you can print the rest. Okay, so the result is the same, but using the list comprehension, the syntax is shorter. Okay, so there will be question about this one in the quiz. So I will ask you to make this kind of list comprehension. Let's see the second one. This is another list comprehension. I define a list which is an empty list. And then what does it mean? I will do a loop from 0 until 10 minus 1, which is 9. If I divided by 2, this is modulus, then if the remaining of I divided by 2 is 0, it means if the number can be divided by 2, let's put it into the variable result. Now, you can see the result. This is a list of number that can be divided by 2. I will give you questions like this one. Make the comprehension list. Make the list comprehension syntax for the above code. Then this will be the result. For I in the range 10, if I remainder 2 equals to 0. Then the result will be the same. Okay. So what you need to do is to make the list comprehension in your quiz method. So there's another kind of modification with the list comprehension. I show you with this one, with the result 2. So I can make for I, if I remainder by 2 equals 0. So let's put the I. Else 10. It means if it is not divided by 2, then let's put 10. So that's why the result is 0 and then 10, 2 and then 10, 4 and then 10, 6 and then 10, 8 and then 10. Okay. So we can include else in the middle. Actually, if you remove this one, then it is not possible. Okay. So if you include else, the format should be like this one. This is another list comprehension. So I have A, B, C, and then I have D, E, A. So I want to plus I and J for any I in the case 1 and for any J in the case 2, as long as it is I not equal to J. So if A and B, okay, I will add this one. A and E, okay, I will add this one. A and A, I will not add because I and J is the same. So the result will be AB, AE, and then BD, BE, BA, and then CD, CE, and then CE. So I have another list comprehension using split. I will combine the list comprehension with the string. So I have the word. I learned Python and it is very difficult. So I want to know what is the word and then I want to split it. So if I split, then I will get every word into a list. I learn Python and it is very difficult. So if I have this word split, I want to split in a word, and then I want to make it as this different word, upper, lower, and I want to know the length for every word that is in the word split. So the result will be like this. So I know that the I is 1. And then learn, it is the upper. Learn, it is the lower. And I know the length is 5. Python with big letter, Python with small letter, the length is 6. And so on. I can do with the enumerate. So this is list with enumerate. It means I will make the index of this one. So the index of A is 0, the index of B is 1, and the index of C is 2. So this is using the enumerate. So if I want to zip, it means I want to combine. I have a list A1, A2, A3. I have another list, and then I want to zip. Then I want to combine. So the result will be A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3. I can do with the zip for the combination. So I have 1, 2, 3. I have 10, 20, 30. I have 100, 200, 300. So I want to sum of the x, where the x is the zip of L1, L2, and L2. So zip is the combination of L1, L2, and L2. Using this one, I can combine the value 1 plus 10 plus 100. So it is 111. 2 plus 20 plus 200. It is 220. 3 plus 30 and 300. 330. Okay, I think the time is limited. So for the remaining part, I will make a short video. Okay. I will make a short video, and please watch the video so you can understand how to use the zip. And the last one is about the lambda. Okay. So please study until this part. This is for the bonus question in your quiz number 2. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, and we will meet again next week on Thursday. Thank you.